April 21st, 1526. The plains of Panipat. Zahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur, a 43-year-old descendant of Timur. He gazed across the battlefield from horseback. The Delhi Sultanate's forces were massive. Babur's army, by contrast, was small, but he held a decisive advantage. Artillery and field fortifications designed to maximize firepower. Thunder echoed across the field. The enemy army fell into chaos. In that moment, what was Babur thinking? According to records, he sensed the birth of a new empire. For a man who had lost his homeland in Central Asia and wandered for 20 years, this was destiny's moment. This will be my kingdom. His hand raised the curved sword high. That evening, Babur entered Delhi. The people feared him. What would this new conqueror do? But Babur was a pragmatic ruler. Avoid needless plunder. Without winning the hearts of this land's people, we cannot govern. His orders were clear. The Mughal Empire was born. But the man who would make this empire great wasn't Babur. It was his grandson. October 15th, 1542. Umar Khan, Jalaluddin Muhammad, a boy who would later be called Akbar the Great, was born. His destiny would be turbulent. His father, Humayun, had lost the empire. Akbar grew up in exile. But in 1556, at age 14, he ascended to the throne. In that moment, what was he thinking? Most likely he was terrified. A 14-year-old boy ruling the Indian subcontinent. Yet he possessed talent, and above all, a certain conviction. Force alone cannot sustain an empire. November 5th, 1556. Panipat, once again. 14-year-old Akbar stood on the battlefield, his gaze fixed on the enemy forces. Hemu, the general of the Sur dynasty, commanded a massive army. The Mughal forces were outnumbered, but Akbar had a brilliant regent. Bayram Khan, Your Majesty, the order. Akbar nodded. His hand raised the sword. The battle began. But in this battle, Akbar made a resolution. Conquering by force is easy, but without conquering hearts, the empire won't endure. In that moment, something within him changed. 1564. Agra Palace. 22-year-old Akbar was about to make a momentous decision. Jizya, the poll tax imposed on Hindus. In Islamic empires, this was standard practice. But Akbar was different. His advisors objected. Your Majesty, this will reduce treasury revenues. Akbar replied, revenue can be recovered, but trust cannot be bought with gold. His gaze turned to the Hindu nobles gathered in the audience hall. Their expressions transformed. Shock, then hope. Akbar declared, the jizya is abolished. Silence swept through the hall. Then the Hindu nobles knelt. 1562. Akbar took an even bolder step. A Rajput princess from the Kingdom of Amber, later known as Mariam-uz-Zamani, a Hindu princess. An Islamic emperor marrying a princess of another faith. It was unprecedented. His advisors were bewildered. Your Majesty, this defies tradition. But Akbar would not yield. I am emperor of all India, not just of Muslims. On the wedding day, Muslims and Hindus gathered at the palace. In that moment, what was he thinking? According to records, Akbar said this, though our faiths differ, we are all people of India. This marriage became a symbol that different faiths could coexist. 1575. Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar constructed a special building, Ibadat Khana, the house of worship. Initially, Islamic scholars gathered there. But soon, scholars of other religions were invited. Hindu priests, Christian missionaries, Zoroastrian priests, Jain monks. Akbar had them debate. Truth does not reside in a single religion alone. His advisors were astonished, the emperor himself participating in religious discussions. But Akbar had a purpose, to deepen understanding. He listened to every debate, and reached a conclusion. All religions contained common wisdom. 1582. Akbar went further still. Dini ilah. This was an ethical framework directed at a small circle of courtiers. It incorporated elements of Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, and Zoroastrianism. His advisors were confused. "Your Majesty, are you abandoning Islam?" Akbar answered, "I am not abandoning it, I am expanding it." Yet this endeavor never spread beyond the court. The common people remained with their own faiths. Was Akbar disappointed? Probably not. His aim was never compulsion. It was to demonstrate understanding. Faith is an individual's choice, but respect is a duty. These words embodied his philosophy of rule. October 27, 1605. Agra Palace. Akbar lay on his deathbed, 63 years old. 49 years of rule. His gaze fixed on the ceiling. In that moment, what was he thinking? According to records, he told his son Jahangir this. "To maintain an empire, the sword alone is not enough. You must conquer hearts." Jahangir nodded. But whether he would follow this teaching remained unknown. Akbar's hand grasped his son's, and he quietly closed his eyes. The foundation of the Mughal Empire stood unshakable. At its peak, the realm would span an estimated 3.2 to 4 million square kilometers, with a population reaching 150 million. But what Akbar left behind wasn't measured in numbers. It was an ideal. Those of different faiths can coexist. November 1605. Jahangir ascended the throne. He honored his father's teachings. Religious tolerance continued. The jizya remained abolished. The empire prospered. Art flourished. Mughal painting reached its zenith. Yet during Jahangir's reign, a problem emerged. Succession disputes. His sons, Shah Jahan and Shahryar, clashed. This conflict would cast a shadow over the empire. 1632. Shah Jahan's reign. His beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal, died. A tragedy during childbirth. Shah Jahan was consumed by grief. Records show he mourned for 2 years. Then he made a decision. "I will build the most beautiful tomb in the world, the Taj Mahal." For 22 years, 20,000 craftsmen labored. White marble, jewels, intricate carvings. This was a monument to love, but also a symbol of the empire's wealth. The construction cost was astronomical. It strained the treasury. Yet Shah Jahan would not stop. 1658. A turning point came for the empire. Aurangzeb, Shah Jahan's third son. He imprisoned his father and seized the throne. Aurangzeb was a devout Muslim, but his devotion took a particular direction: severity. He rejected his father's and great-grandfather's policies. Religious tolerance is weakness. In that moment, the empire's fate began to shift. 1679. Aurangzeb issued an order: the restoration of jizya. The poll tax Akbar had abolished 115 years earlier returned. Hindu nobles were stunned. This is betrayal. But Aurangzeb would not yield. Following Islamic law is righteous. Tension mounted across the empire. Hindu rebellions erupted everywhere. Rajputs, Marathas. They resisted. Aurangzeb sent his armies. But the rebellions didn't stop. In those moments, what was he thinking? Most likely, he was convinced. I am righteous. Recent scholarship suggests his severity stemmed not only from religious reasons, but also from cold political calculation to control an overextended empire. Yet the empire was fragmenting. 1700. On paper, the Mughal Empire stood at its zenith. Population estimated at 150 million. The Indian subcontinent's GDP share was estimated at roughly 20 to 25% of the world economy. One of the world's major economic powers. Though such figures are later estimates with considerable variation, depending on sources and regional definitions. Merchants from across the globe gathered in the markets. Silk, spices, jewels. The wealth of the Mughal Empire was legendary. Yet much of that immense wealth concentrated in the emperor and ruling class, while studies show commoners' living standards stagnated. And beneath that wealth, something was breaking. Aurangzeb's policies were corroding the empire. Rebellion, war, suppression. Especially prolonged conflicts like the Deccan Wars inflated military expenditures. The treasury came under pressure. And then 1707. Aurangzeb died. 1707. After Aurangzeb's death, the empire descended into chaos. Succession wars erupted. Regional powers declared independence. The Maratha Kingdom, Bengal, Hyderabad, they no longer obeyed the Mughal Empire. Imperial authority crumbled, and a new threat emerged. The British East India Company. They came as merchants, but they commanded armies. The Mughal emperors failed to recognize it. What the true threat was. September 1858. The Red Fort in Delhi. Bahadur Shah II, an 82-year-old emperor facing his final moment. British forces surrounded the palace. The Indian Rebellion of 1857 had been crushed. A British officer commanded, "Strip the emperor of his title." Bahadur Shah said nothing. He rose from the throne. In that moment, what was he thinking? Most likely, he was remembering Akbar's era. When religious tolerance made the empire great, his hand placed down the crown. The scepter was laid on the floor. Effective control had greatly diminished by the 18th century, and in 1858, the dynasty was formally abolished. Yet the Mughal Empire didn't entirely vanish. The Taj Mahal still stands today. People from around the world visit. Mughal architecture, Mughal painting, Mughal cuisine. These became part of Indian culture. The fusion of Islam and Hinduism. The blending of Persian and Indian cultures. This is the Mughal Empire's legacy. And the most important legacy was an ideal. Those of different faiths can coexist. The path Akbar showed still shines today. So what can we learn from this story? The rise and fall of the Mughal Empire left clear lessons. Akbar's religious tolerance made the empire great. By respecting different faiths, he gained Hindu support. As a result, the empire flourished. But during Aurangzeb's era, the empire declined. The restoration of jizya, interventions in temples in certain regions. As a result, the empire fragmented. The causes of decline weren't religious policy alone. They were multifaceted. Fiscal burden from prolonged wars like the Deccan campaigns, the rise of regional powers, succession disputes. History proves it. The societies that embrace diversity are strong. Societies that exclude are weak. This is not merely a story of the past. It's a truth that resonates today. So I ask you, power changes people, but ideals are eternal. If you held power, would you choose inclusion or exclusion? And what does it mean to learn from history? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for witnessing this moment in history with me. The Mughal Empire demonstrated that religious tolerance brings prosperity. When different faiths and cultures coexist, society becomes strongest. This channel continues to explore turning points in human history, seeking wisdom for our modern world. If this journey resonates with you, subscribe and turn on notifications. Your likes and comments fuel the next chapter. Until next time.